Is Rich Rada and my more handsome co-host buddy. Thanks for joining in for Lost Its Mind. We goes off.
Anyway,
Who you got behind you? Let me see. Move your
um,
head. We got
so
we have some judges.
uh,
Uh,
I love how there's like a miss in your thing there. It's like you're lagging
oh
on from what I see. I don't know about everybody else. You
oh
know, maybe
well,
they could tell us in the comments.
it's raining in the
But
tri-state area, so I'm sure my internet connection is balls right now.
why does everyone blame their internet? How come every time
Well,
I
because we're
have
we're in the house. We're not in the studio. If we were in the studio, that would be different.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge? You know what I mean? Say no more. Say no
Yeah,
more. Wink as good as a nudge, like a
that's
blind bat.
That's right. Hey, by the way,
Oh.
we're going live on gubsradio.com and Facebook Live, so tune in. So, Bose, big day today. Big day, right? Or big
Is it
second day,
though?
right? I mean, are you as excited as I am about the SCOTUS hearings?
Um, Not really. It's just kind of more of a lagging bunch of manure. Everything and anything political because for me it's always a bunch of horse shit.
It's terrible. It's the election was bad enough, but having Ginsburg drop before the election, where they had to do this SCOTUS thing, has taken all the fun out of social media. I mean, I've never seen a place where 60-year-old white guys worry more about abortion rights in my life. I mean, clearly they're getting a lot more action than you and I are out there.
Listen, if I have to hear Scalia's name or Roe versus Wade, and they don't call it Roe versus Wade,
It's Roe
they
v.
call it
Wade.
Roe v. Wade.
That's right.
And I was like, really? That's like sitting there. I was like, where are you going to for lunch? I'm going to Donald's. Screw the McPart, because that's way too much to say, Or like when you always use that slang, Mickey D's, Roe v. Wade. Does it hurt you? Does it take away from your allotted time to berate this woman who's basically going to answer you in a form of, in if we were doing it and the Seventh Circuit of Hell and the Third Circuit of Hell, and then we go ahead and that was before 15 years ago, before I even got involved with this. But let's talk about my lovely family who are of different races for about a hot second that have nothing really to do about my new job. But we'll bring them up anyways.
You know what? My biggest problem is, and again, I don't know why they go through all this. Like she's getting confirmed anyway. So what the hell is the big deal, right? They're gonna waste how many days of this or weeks or whatever. You know she's getting confirmed because they got the votes. Not enough Republicans are gonna bail where it's gonna be an issue. The part that makes me laugh the most is that they give people lifetime appointments. What?
Listen, this thing has been going.
None of
This
these
this
people
this
are
whole thing.
worthy of lifetime appointments. Go get a job and have to keep it like every other freaking person. Lifetime appointment. Why should
Listen,
this woman and
this is
those
this is
other
the
people?
problem.
It's bullshit.
This is the problem. They're all sitting there freaked out over their old white supremacy heads and sitting there going, "Hey, once you get in, you can't get elected out." So we have to make sure we're making the right choice here. After someone that one half of the room sits there and goes, "Yay," and the other half of the room goes, "Boo." So I mean, at which point, I mean, listen. Um, it's pretty much it sounds like she's got a shoe in on this,
Yeah.
and
In an
basically they
election
just need
year,
something to like complain about,
of
like
course, it's all
any
grandstanding
other
right now.
old bitter white person.
Well, she's not old.
No, she's not. The panel is. She's not.
Yeah, true. The
You
entire
know.
the entire Senate is probably, yeah. They're all ridiculous. But lifetime appointments. Okay, give them lifetime appointments, but at 66, call it a day. Get out. Get lost. I mean, they talk about the president is too old at 78. He'd be like a baby on the Supreme Court. A couple of years. I mean, before RBG died. I mean, what was the average age? A couple of years ago, like 100.
listen, the problem is that these people, they hold position and they hold their jobs way past than when they should. I mean, I think at a certain point, like when you hit your 80s, if you need to have life decisions of whether it should be anything,
Should always be the prune juice, right?
well, when you hit that point.
Yeah.
But
I
you
think
know, like I said, these people are.
I think my favorite part is it's not even what goes on in the Congress and whatever. It's the dialogue on social media of people who their only exposure to the court system was they were late for traffic court once in the 90s. And now now they suddenly, know chapter and verse of every, Clarence Thomas, RBG and Justice Kennedy decision because they watched Maddow and Hannity. Get lost. I mean, listen, the other thing too is why is the law so interpretive? Is the part that I have a problem with. You can't even determine if you've broken the law according to the Supreme Court, I guess, because every decision, every law is based on if 5 people will side with you or not, right? So you didn't really break the law. We're going to render a decision and let you know if you broke. There's no black and white. Everything is so gray with the Supreme Court. It's very strange to me. But again,
Well, the whole thing is,
school.
I get a kick out of their whole thing with questioning her. It's like result to where they personal thoughts. I'm supposed to be right there in the middle and basically interpret what the law says in order to go of him. Why do they love going ahead and asking the same repetitive questions? What do you think about the ACA? What are your thoughts? And then this one senator, he went ahead and he showed pictures of kids from Sandy Hook. He brought up things about this kid was dying of an ailment or whatever, and they decided like, oh, well, thank God for the ACA, otherwise this person would have never gotten the treatment they needed. So why are you trying to persuade someone? What's the purpose? She's going to keep on giving the same repetitive answer.
It's not to confirm her. They're using it as it's 3 weeks from an election, so they're using it as a freaking infomercial. It's horseshit. Listen, here's the crazy
Thank
part.
you.
Oh, but here's the bullshit. Half this country needs more assistance. And instead of the Congress and the Senate getting together and getting businesses to, to stay afloat and get people who still aren't working, there's still a shit ton of people out of work, money, he still had a couple of months. If by some crazy thing Trump loses, you still got from election day until inauguration day to get a judge in there if you want to. But right now people are broke and they're worrying about when she goes to vote in the morning at the local senior center. Well, what is she going to say? I mean, the questions are ridiculous.
The whole thing behind this is that they are ridiculous. There is a separation between church and state.
Is there?
You still there?
Is there?
You froze. There's supposed to be a separation between church and state, but yet they go ahead and they're bringing up her past from church. Why? Because she signed a petition or signed something. And it's like, listen, what do you want? What do you want to do? You want to go ahead and look on her web search on Pornhub for like Mandingo dick also?
You think
come on. Let's cut it out.
You think she was a Pornhubber?
You are.
Yeah.
A what lover?
A Pornhubber? You think she was on Pornhub?
A porn lover?
Pornhub.
Oh, most definitely. She's of that age.
Yeah.
Pornhubber, yes. She's definitely of that age. Nice. I got to plug this in.
Now, Bose, do you remember the scene from this movie? You remember when the guy comes up to the counter and asks for a refund, and he gets into it with him?
I can't, like I said, I can't. I as much as of a movie buff as I am.
Oh man!
For some reason, I don't remember a whole bunch of like. I really like his staple for me. I mean, I know he's been in a lot of movies, but his staple for me, unfortunately, would have been. Thank you. no shameless plug to Nigel Fullerton for Eddie Murphy Mondays. Um,
Well, you sure? Because it seemed like a shameless plug.
oh God. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what are we going to really do once we go ahead and we get into the studio? We won't be able to have these cool backgrounds.
Why
We
not?
won't be able to sit there and we'll have to actually like look at each other and be within arm's distance.
No. Hard no. No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
No touchy? No
No.
touchy under the table?
No. No. That restraining order still counts. So, Bose,
Oh my-
let's say
yes.
that Judge Dredd or Judge Reinhold were in front of the Senate right now for a confirmation hearing. What kind of questions would you ask?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
What kind of questions would you ask Judge Dredd if
One
he
more
was
time.
up for confirmation?
Um, uh, are you above the law or are you the law?
Okay, yes. That was a good movie. He went hardcore on a few people in that movie. Let me see. Movie.
I love.
I can't see
forgot
him.
Oh, sorry.
There he
sorry, because his face is a lot more than like if I listen. I could feel. I could.
No. No.
I am the law. I am the law. I am the law. No? No good? No? Okay.
Close. I
So,
mean, this close, but yeah.
Well, the sad thing is you look a lot more like you're a character, so
You remember that scene when he was in the bathroom and Phoebe Cates walks in? Christ, doesn't anybody knock?
Oh my God.
It was a good movie, man. Mr. Hand? Come on, you
you
remember Mr. Hand?
Listen, what creeps me out in bringing up Sylvester Stallone, where he was in another movie with Wesley Snipes, Demolition Man.
Yeah.
And listen, like I said, I always find that certain movies from back in the 80s and the 90s, they kind of predicted a lot of horse shit that goes on today.
Really?
Um,
Like what?
I mean, well, let's say in Demolition Man, the whole thing with no touching. Like they high five
Oh,
and then
right,
do a
yeah,
circle, but they
yeah,
don't
yeah.
they don't touch. They don't touch due to the global pandemic, whatever it was back in whatever year it was. I don't know if they've gotten up to cryogenically freezing people yet, but that'd be a nice thing to see, where they actually survive, not the test subjects. But when Sandra Bullock goes ahead and pulls out the Schwarzenegger presidential files, and then once again, they say, even though he wasn't like basically he was like just a clown actor. Who does that sound like? That became elected president due to whatever amendment that they gone ahead and decided to have. And in which case, there you go. So a lot of things came from. I mean, I'm still waiting for the flying cars, the hoverboard.
Oh, I'm sure we got hoverboards. I mean,
sort of fashion.
there's some
I'm waiting
hoverboards.
for the laceless shoes because it's a bitch. I have to have somebody in my house. If it ain't one of the kids, it's somebody else I'm asking in the street. I give them $1, tie my shoes. So I'm waiting for the laceless shoes thing.
That's sad.
It is sad, but nevertheless. And I know that there's. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Hey, Mr. Nigel Fulton. I know that
Nigel
hold on.
Fullerton from Eddie Murphy Mondays, and
Yes, Nigel Fulton from
and-
Eddie Murphy Monday.
and now that you gave him a
also
shameless-
from
now that you
okay.
gave him a shameless plug, and you had Stallone and Wesley Snipes, don't forget to see Nigel Fullerton on Wesley Snipes Saturdays. I'm sure that'll be coming out next. Because why not? Why not? But how are you, Nigel? We love
And
you.
I like let's see if I'm going to screw up this guy's name. Tom Scarpantonio.
Scott Antonio, my buddy Tommy, my golf buddy, my friend
Yes.
Tommy.
He says hello, and he
Call
says
him,
Taco Bell rocks.
Jeff, call him. He likes to be called El Champion.
Okay, El Champion believes that Taco Bell rocks, and it should rock right after you go ahead and finish it and visit the nearest latrine. But moving on, I know that, let's see if June Krupe Asher is still watching. I know that she is a beloved Trump fanatic, which me, I'm like I said, I think I know about you, but like I said, I think we discussed this before. I'm in the middle. I think they're both complete idiots. But nevertheless,
I'm an independent. I'm Switzerland.
listen, it didn't matter who was on the billboard. But while I was driving today down Route 80 in that marvelous state of New Jersey, anyway, sorry. While I was driving through there, on a big shiny ass billboard, you had this like maniacal looking cop that deserved a cum stain right across the face, and it said, "We are Trumpers." And I was like, really? We're smearing bullshit as I have to drive down Route 80 in the most god awful state that there could possibly be. I have to, not only do I have to sit in traffic in the state, but then I got to look at the garbage on the side of the road. And let me tell you this, just in case you sit there and you're going to yourself like, oh, he hates Trump. Listen, if the same billboard wind up saying like, vote Biden, I would have sat there and said the same exact thing. I would have said, great, I have to see an ad for Senior Citizens Are Us. Can't wait. So glad. Thank you for smearing your political bullshit on the highway. I'd rather go ahead and still watch the signs where it says, wash your hands. COVID is still a risk. Go ahead and like stay 6 feet apart. Whatever they say on the road, I'd rather watch that all day long. Or the other classic, 90 minutes till you hit the George Washington Bridge when you're only 2 miles away. I'd rather see those signs, to tell you the truth.
You are an angry driver. You know what it is? I think it's the AM radio that you have.
It is,
I think
because
it
all you're
makes you.
stuck with is...
I think it makes you angry. I feel like you need a glove box full of Snickers bars and maybe satellite radio to just soothe you. I think you've grown bitter. You're an angry guy.
Listen, it's bad enough that my 80 CD is starting to skip, okay? That's how bad it is.
Is it a CD or an 8-track?
I can no longer confirm nor deny any of these things.
There's no way you have a
Considering
CD player in that truck.
Listen, considering the fact that, that would have to go through a committee and then through through the third circle of hell and whatever it was that she had to go ahead and say, my God. Amy, what's her, Amy Barrett. What's her middle name?
Coney.
Coney. Okay.
Well,
I thought it
her,
was Cooney.
Let me make it easy for you.
Time.
They're calling her ACB now, so you can call her ACB.
ACB.
She's going to be taking RBG spot. ACB slopping into RBGs. Think about it. They make it easy on you.
My Lord. Excuse me. And then let's see what else here. We had we recently had because we weren't on for that. We recently had the Kamala / Pence. I
believe
that
it's
went on.
Kamala.
Kamala. I always say Kamala. I don't know why I say
Kamala was the wrestler.
because of the wrestler.
Right.
Thank you. Yes.
It's Kamala.
Camelot.
It's Kamala.
Okay. Harris and Pence. You had those two on. And once again, I listen. I applauded her for pretty much sitting there going like, "Hey, I'm speaking. Can you shut the hell up?
You watched it?
You know how to shut up."
Did you watch?
Listen, yes, I did watch it.
Wow, you're a better person than me. I can't watch them.
I didn't fully watch it. It was more of that. I'm driving in the truck, and it was either re-listen to our show or that.
Oh.
So I was like, you know what?
Good call.
It was right there. It was right there.
Good call.
So I listened to it, and listen, I don't understand. I don't care if it's a Republican thing. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. But can't they shut the hell up? Why can't they just shut up, let the person speak, have a civilized conversation? And you want to know what? I found out what it was. And that's why everybody loves Graz's show, because everyone talks over one another.
Speaking of which, Graz's show is up for Podcast of the Year. So
why?
Make sure you vote. Best of Long Island, please vote for Limo Talk with our buddy Graz. Or you could also vote more than once. You can vote for
I love how you.
Joe's
freeze up.
Acoustic Mondays Jam, which is also up. Got a
Vote for Gov's Radio.
and Gub's Radio is up. We'll get to that.
That's the one you want to vote.
That's a good one. So Bose,
You know, it's not like we're.
well, you watched the debate. You listened to the
Yes.
debate, I should say. You listened to the whole thing.
Yes.
Now, did you?
Yes.
Because
I
you only
to it.
listened to it, you weren't aware
Yes.
of the fly.
Wait. Hold on. Yes. Did I what?
You weren't aware of the fly because you were listening to it. You didn't watch it.
I heard stories of the fly. I heard stories of Jeff Goldblum sitting down on top of Pence's head. I heard the wonderful stories. I got to watch everybody on Facebook go ahead and make their meme. If it wasn't Jeff Goldblum on him, it was Mr. Miyagi trying to get it with the chopsticks. So listen, I saw everybody's corny jokes about the fly. So like I said, I heard the debate. Once again, either side licking their respectful licking their respectful boss's ass, like any good person that wants to get a paycheck and not be fired. I heard how they went back and forth. One person wants the ACA to go through, another person doesn't want this one wants this one wants. And I was like,
man, what?
Yeah, there you go.
You must have been angry at yourself to listen to that.
Even in her. Oh, after listening to that, I wanted to take some Pepto-Bismol because it was complete horseshit on both sides. But nevertheless, listen, even then, looking at that sexy woman behind you, even in the grave, I would dig her up and give her one.
Isn't she still alive?
Oh, yeah. No, she's dead.
Who, Judge Judy's dead?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's dead.
Really?
Anybody in the comments want to confirm?
I thought they just...
And also, wait, hold on. Did we forget to mention our two favorite people that are also up for nomination? I forgot. I'm changing gears. Two favorite
we didn't
people
name
that we both
everybody
know
yet,
in our
but we'll
lives
get
that
to
are
that.
up for
We'll get to that.
best comedian. Best comedian.
Oh, them? Really? We
Okay.
gave the other guy a plug already. Do we have to give the other one a plug too? Jeez.
Listen, we both love Rich Walker and Nigel. They're both up. Pick your favorite. They're both the best. I don't know about Jim Brewer. He doesn't even live in New
He wins
York
every year
anymore.
anyway,
lives
doesn't
in
he?
Jersey.
Doesn't he win every
that
year?
irritant state that I can't stand.
Either vote for Rich Walker, Nigel Fullerton, or the two dead people.
You're freezing up. What?
But vote.
Nope. Didn't hear you.
The two dead people.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, you also got two dead people on the docket. It kind of sounds like our, the next president. We got two dead people in the running. So, let's see here. Judge Judy. As I go ahead and look up here, final episode, date 2021. Oh, she's still alive.
She's
Shit.
still alive.
Sorry.
So you don't have to dig
Damn
her
it.
up.
So I can still give her some then. That's what that means. I was always curious, like considering a man of your age, like when now you go after, like when you do go after women, right? Let's just say her, especially her. Would you, like, if you were single too, and if you went after a Latin woman, would they be going ahead and referring to you as like, like, ay abuelito, because I can't see the whole ay papi thing with you. Maybe more ay abuelito.
See, I like it very much, Mr. Rich Rada. See, very good. Listen, if you want, you give me 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. I'm still happy.
I'm worried about you.
I have no idea where I'm going with that. So anyway, you talk for a moment.
Oh, you were doing so well. Your bilingual section was
I do so
fantastic.
much.
Well, you know what, Bose? Let me talk to people a little bit about our favorite place to do their holiday shopping. Teespring.com. Look at this beauty right here. Da, 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 da. Go to teespring.com, folks. Scroll down to the browse bar. Type in No Rhyme, No Reason. Boom. Holiday bonanza. You got shirts, mugs, towels, masks, phone covers. You name it, they're on there. Little Jeff Bosey, Rich Rate, a holiday gift for that person in your life that means so much to you. I think today is what, the 13th? So what does that give us? 48, 73 days till Christmas, 72 days to shop. How's that sound? Something in that ballpark? It's not. It's time. It's time to get started. Teespring.com. A lot of cool shirts, a lot of cool mugs, a lot of cool phone covers. There's hats. If you don't like No Rhyme, No Reason, you're not alone. Believe me, we have days we don't even like it. What do? Go to teespring.com, go down to browse, type in Govs Radio. Boom, all the other shows. Domestic Disturbance, Pazuzu. My buddy Jeff Bosey was a champ on... Oh, never mind. You got
Really?
Chef Felix. You got Joe's Acoustic Monday Jam. You have Knock 'em Dead Comedy. You got Zenkuda Soul Space. You have Limo Talk. You have Comedians in Cars. All the shows have stuff on teespring.com. So go in there, support Govs Radio, support your favorite show, and get that person in your life or yourself something really cool. So teespring.com, T-E-E spring.com. Now, Bosey and I would love to tell you guys also to go on Best of Long Island and do some voting. Govs Radio, the Govs Radio, is up for Best Long Island Radio Station. We should win this. Should be a no-brainer. Don't hold it against them because they let us on the air. There's some really good shows on there. So you want to go and vote for Govs Radio as Best of Long Island. Also, we have other people that we really want to get some votes for. Long Island Personality, Sally O'Neill, Eric Shevlin, and Tony Walker are all up for it. If you only have one vote, I mean, just don't tell anyone which one you picked. If you have 2 votes, definitely tell us who you voted for because we want to make fun of the one you didn't vote for. But those 3 are up for Long Island Personality. Our buddy Nigel Fullerton and Rich Walker are up for Best Comedian on Long Island. So log in twice, vote for each of them. You're allowed to do that. Best Podcast, The Graz and Limo Talk with Inns and Richie up for Best Podcast. Also Joe's Acoustic Monday up for Best Podcast. Vote, baby. Vote, 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 vote. Back to you, Mr. Bose.
Okay, and let's not forget all the wonderful shows that are presently on Govs Radio that we have. We have on Mondays, we have a wonderful Steve Squared with some older gentleman and some young lady. Who they are, we don't know. But hey, they have a show. And let's not forget the Wart with Mike and Pete, also on Mondays later on that evening. Tuesdays, you have a wonderful show with Rich and Jeff called No Rhyme, No Reason. Following that show, later on in the evening, you have a great, wonderful show called Domestic Disturbance with Tim, Carla, and Mike. Then on Wednesdays, you have another great show called Put Up, Stand Up, Shut Up, also known as Pasusu. Then on Thursdays, you also have a wonderful show that goes on with Zakuda Soul Space. Thursday evenings, if he decides to go ahead and put on a show, it's Graz with Limo Talk. Then we go ahead, we move on to Fridays. Sometimes you have Domestic Disturbance, sometimes you don't. We'll find out this week. Tune in. On some days, it could be Sunday or Saturday, depending on which day he wants to go ahead and light up the furnace. You have Chef Felix with his show, COVID Chef. Do we even know what that show is about? It's supposed to be about cooking. All I see is a guy with a huge, painter's mask going around his house. And then don't forget, weekdays, from 11 to 12, you have Knock 'em Dead Radio. Back to you, Rich.
Cool. Thanks, Bosey. That was the worst radio voice ever. You said. Now you do listen to too much AM radio. I could tell. That was like your.
Also, Carla says I'm a racist, and I think that might be to the abuelito thing.
Is she wrong?
No, I'm not a racist. But you want to know what? Speaking of this, as I was driving and not listening to my AM radio, how many, do you ever watch any of the Star Wars movies? Ever?
All of them.
All of them? Okay. So do you remember Watto?
Watto?
That would have been Anakin's slave master or whatever it was.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay.
Yes. And I'm sitting there, I was like, I'm doing his voice while I'm driving, like, hey, Annie, why don't you come over here? I go ahead and I, I bang your mom too in the corner. And I'm sitting there going, like, is he either A, he's Mexican, that's deranged, or he's a dirty French guy? It's one of the two. So I don't know.
Could he be half French, half Mexican?
These are possibilities. Carla, call me out on this. Let me know what you think Watto could be when he sits there and goes, hey, Annie, I'm going to go ahead and sell you on the black market and then go ahead and do your mom as I please.
Jesus. Why are you picking on
Anyways.
Carla? We love Carla.
Why am I picking on... No, I'm not picking on Carla. I was just like, I just want to make sure that wasn't crossing the edge of racism when you go ahead and you bring up a Mexican or a French guy. You never know.
I think you doing any accent instantly becomes racist.
But what if I wanted now if I sat there and go,
Hi, how you doing, Rich? Very nice to meet you.
would that be like racist against midgets? I mean, small people. I mean, little people. I mean, big people, small world. One of those things.
Well, midgets aren't a race, so it would be you wouldn't be a racist. You would just be an asshole for picking on them. You know.
Hey, listen. I have no problem with people that are vertically challenged. Just saying.
Because you
Just saying.
at the massive height and frame that you're at, Mr. 5'9", because the NBA is beating down your door.
I didn't say. Listen, I didn't say I had a problem with being horizontally challenged. Okay, I know that I'm horizontally challenged from the waist down, but still moving up. Okay. Small dick envy, everyone. Small dick envy over there.
You feel like that's the only challenge
so
you have is that, huh? What about the neck up? How about that challenge?
Oh
no. That there's an election coming?
Sorry. I just found out that that there's no longer any Scott and Todd on PLJ and that whole 95.5 thing.
PLJ is no longer PLJ, you dimwit. The whole station's
gone. I
didn't
know. It's like it's a God station. I had no idea. My whole thing was like wrapped around like Scott and Todd here, 95.5 PLJ in the morning. America does have talent, and they are judges, aren't they? Wow, you just went through every single one of judge backgrounds, haven't you? My lord.
When you have the technical department that No Rhyme No Reason has, you just do things. That's what you do here. I brought in a team of IT specialists to really work it. Hey, let's say hi to our buddy Will. Let's say hi to our buddy Will Sharon and Carla Okerson, who we love, and she's here, and our buddy Mike Zimmerman. Where is he? That kid. I think he's going for 4 degrees, and also watching every sports game at the same time, like myself. I'm doing the same thing except for the degrees. But hey, Mikey, how are you, man? Don't tell Graz you're watching our show. You'll be excommunicado, even though Graz came on our show. But so what? But
I love the fact that we have a hashtag cancel Bosie. Hashtag Bosie is short.
You know what?
Hey, but listen, my thumbs are not sausage thumbs. Okay, they're regular size. They're not huge. They're not huge by any means.
Send in your
they're
resume.
Just regular hands.
Send in your resume for a guest spot as my co-host on No Rhyme No Reason, and you too can be sitting in front of Judge Dredd.
Bobby Anzarello is tuning in. He says he wants the spot. Fake hand. I wonder, did he use that fake hand whenever he needed self-pleasure?
Ooh.
When Rich freezes, because this means that
Frozen?
on my end you're frozen.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
On my end you're frozen.
Let's talk about this when the studio reopens, and we might actually have a viable setting where we're not subject to 2 gerbils on a wheel running to get me my internet service, and 2 gerbils doing whatever they do by you. That's your own business. But it'll be nice to have technology. Did you freeze again?
Wouldn't it? wouldn't it though?
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
Bose,
I was thinking about all these wonderful things. No, you're good now.
all right.
Um, yes.
I wanted to talk to you about something near and dear to your heart. Halloween.
What was that, Rich?
Halloween.
Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, that's what I forgot. Thank you. Let me go ahead and quickly look that up while you discuss it real quick. I'm just going to minimize you.
Wow.
So go
Just
ahead.
minimize me. Well, I know that
I'm
you
sorry,
go over the top.
I didn't.
You know.
Yes, I forgot that I told everybody I was going to go ahead and put a picture of my what my dastardly deeds that I have done in front of mi casa.
Yeah.
So I had to quickly just go grab it real quick because, like, this is what I do.
Now, does your street?
I feel like there's somebody going, "Hey, how you doing? Sorry that the internet."
Does the rest of your street
Does my what?
participate in decorative Halloween stuff, or is it just your house that stands out?
Actually, the guy across the street actually goes ahead and he does the same amount of decorating, and I love. Hopefully, this is exit minimize. How all the neighbors every time they pass by is like, "Oh, so you guys are in competition?" And I pretty much say, I was like, "Yeah, but my excuse is I have 2 kids.
Oh, he doesn't have kids.
Why are you luring kids to your house?"
Does he have a
No,
panel
I'm
van?
joking. He has he has.
Now, what does he do for Christmas?
And no, he doesn't. He does not have a panel van. He has just like a creepy pickup truck that he has a crazy clown in the passenger seat.
It's no way to talk about his wife.
Same thing. Goes huge and elaborate, just like how I do. Get this? Here we go. Here we go, everybody. So, let's close. Yeah, close. Okay. So, if anybody's wondering how crazy I go ahead and get with the holidays for Halloween, I mean, I'll show you as soon as the next event pops up. But for now, everyone take a gander at Casa de Bozy.
It's a lot of work.
So as you can see there,
You know what's crazy? You go through
it
all
is a
that.
lot of work.
Yeah, but I mean, and then you got the nerve to give out raisins to the kids. That's just sad.
Raisins with razor blades.
Raisins
Get it
and-
right. Double
Raisins
R.
and nickels. What do you give out for Halloween?
Listen,
Bose?
do you think you think on my budget I can give out nickels? They're getting the old classic pennies.
What do you give out?
So-
What kind of candy can a kid expect from the Bozy residents?
Oof, yes. So basically, like I said, I pretty much like I said, I have my son who's in the single digits, and I do it all pretty much for him, and then my other kid that lives with me goes ahead and pretty much she's like the decoration Nazi. So she makes sure that everything gets put properly. She says, "No, don't put that there because it makes it look like you're just throwing it on the lawn." And I was like, at which point I'm going in my head, I've worked all week. I've gone ahead and I put in a lot of hours. I'm tired. This is my weekend. Yes, I just want to throw it on the lawn and be done with it. So, but mostly a lot of the decorations I've gone ahead and I've made a few. That or I've converted. Like if you look to my, I don't know which way people are looking, but there's like a little house over one of my shoulders here.
Yep.
And it's basically one of those step 2 or whatever houses that kids play in. So what I did was I Halloweened it up. I went ahead, I threw some stuff in it, made it creepy, spooky. I put spider webs on it and hung a skeleton on top of the roof of it and put a creepy radio in there, just creepy things. And then just you have the archway once again. That's I have this big thing with archways because maybe one day I'll finally go ahead and be accepted in heaven because I follow the Catholic religion, which I'm trying to buy my way through kind deeds and promoting. Don't forget domestic disturbance tonight at 9:15. So, anyways. Danielle Asher chiming in. Thank you very much. And And Bobby and Zarello, yes, I know we're freezing a lot tonight. It's because of Rich Rada's, dial-up service for AOL. And yes, I do and as far as for Danielle's Asher, do I do the same for Christmas? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I go ahead, I make sure that, also this part where I have skeletons climbing the house and
I love those.
and looking down,
Those are
looking
my
in or whatever it is.
Those are the cool ones. Those are the ones I sent you that picture of with. You did a,
Like I said, I mean, it's. Thank you. It's a lot of man hours. You got the feet. It actually wind up turning out to where I got people that drive around, and there's people that come from other towns on Halloween Day. They come trick or treat over at my house. I'm like, yeah, we actually couldn't wait to come by again to see what you got up for this year.
What do you give out?
And they also come around.
What?
Well, whatever, nothing special, just whatever they have on sale.
Oh, see, so I'm
There.
I'm the last house on a dead end, so we get nobody. We get like the 3 kids up the corner, and that's it. We get nothing. So I buy enough candy for like 60 kids, and then we have it all stockpiled. So I always buy good stuff because it's for us. Who we kidding? Full size bags of M&Ms and giant Hershey bars and whatever it takes. The boxes of candy you get at the movie theater, whatever. We give out 3.
Whatever. Listen, I'm still giving away candy corn from 1989.
I love candy. Candy corn does not last in front of me. I could eat that whole bag.
Let me guess, you're another big fan of those candy peanuts also.
What candy peanuts? The foamy ones?
Those those marshmallow peanuts, those
I haven't
orange things.
seen those in 100 years.
Oh my God! What happened? You haven't seen them in 100 years?
Yeah. I like them.
They're still out there.
I
How
eat
about
them.
this? Were you another deranged child, just like how I was, unfortunately, until I became of the age of reason? Were you another deranged child that went ahead and ate the candy dots on the paper?
Wait. The age of reason, when did you hit that?
Oh, that was at the age of 7, and I realized I was eating paper.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the candy buttons?
Every time.
The candy buttons on the paper?
Yeah, the dots.
Love those.
Yes,
Of
that.
course. What? Now you're going to say the candy necklace and the candy other stuff were no good either?
Oh, Jesus Christ. The candy, you bit into that and you were guaranteed to visit the dentist.
Yeah. That's what,
I don't know.
what kids
Maybe I have sensitive teeth.
That's what kids do. They eat shitty candy. What's your go-to? What's your favorite? What do you steal from your kid's bucket when he gets home? What comes out of your son's candy bag that you take?
The M&Ms. I
Plain or
love the
peanut?
M&Ms.
Which ones?
Not the regular ones. The old-fashioned
Female.
melts in your mouth, not in your hand, that kind of crap. Not the peanut ones. The deranged version that came out after the regular M&Ms because they. But now, God, I love. See, that's when you knew. That's when you knew, okay, that times were good. There was no bullshit, and they gave out peanut M&Ms. Okay, they gave it out. I didn't like it, but they gave it out. But now, for the people who have peanut allergies, screw you to death. But moving on, we have a question here. Nikki Singh, where do you live? Hold on. Let me just get you my social security number also. Listen, drive around somewhere in Long Island. If you find it, you find it. There's so many great houses that take the time to decorate in Long Island, especially in Massapequa, because they're all deranged over there, and in Levittown. I just happen to be in my town, which you'll probably go ahead and if anyone stalked me properly, drive around Bethpage. If you find it, stop by, take a look. If you see me, don't wave. Don't wave. I think that's fucking creepy. Okay, just admire it, and that's about it.
Well, you did a good job.
Rich,
You did a good job.
have you ever? Thank you. Now, have you? You have people that you've gone ahead and squeezed out of your man unit and created other lives. Did you ever decorate for yours? Kids.
Yeah. I did, yes, but not like that. I mean, we did the, stuff up and down the sidewalk, the walkway and the steps, and maybe some things in the window and
Extra menorahs. Got it.
extra menorahs. No, but we
And
always,
dreidels. And
but we
dreidels.
get, but listen, we got the foot traction of at the house because we give out good candy all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Kids know,
But now,
man.
like, what
Kids
about
talk.
for like?
Kids talk. They know where to go. They
So
go to that house.
So basically, it was the whole thing of like maybe like how I wanted to when I was single, a pumpkin on on the doorstep, and then a wreath on the door for Christmas, and that was about it.
Well, no, for Christmas we decorate the house, but I'm
Inside, not outside.
my significant other likes likes white lights only. Like I came from the
Racist.
tacky Italian childhood where you threw colored shit on everything, you know, and now it's the beautiful structured icicle white lights and everything. And so when they leave the house, we have the tree that changes the colors. So as soon as I'm home alone, I click it, change it to colored lights. So I got to do it. I got to enjoy it while I'm alone.
So you're into the multicolor lights, as well as my deranged weirdo that lives with me. I was like, for me, I like, I try to keep it as simplistic as possible, but considering that if this is any indication, and that's just Halloween, okay? Listen, Christmas looks like it got done visiting a bar and having several tequila shots because Christmas literally throws up all over my house and lawn.
You do a lot of
Okay.
inflatables.
I do have a lot of the inflatables.
What
I
about
mean,
for
like I said, a
Christmas?
lot of stuff I actually. What happened?
I said, oh, well, how about for Christmas?
I didn't hear you. What was that?
I didn't want to pry. I asked you if you did inflatables for Christmas too. I don't.
Good, good. I like that. I like that. That was good. That was good. Well, I have one inflatable that's year round, but still moving on. And oddly enough, it's built just like you, but still, we don't have to talk about that. A lot of the actually, there's a lot of the decorations that I go ahead and I actually hand make stuff that you can't buy in the stores. And everyone goes like, "Oh my God, where did you get these?" And I was like, "Home Depot." I was like, "I didn't see it at Home Depot." That's because archways that I've made. So like I said, once again, archways. Oh, speaking of archways, oh my God, I can't wait till like around like late November, early December. Archway, ready for this one? The gingerbread cookies. Oh my God, they're like crack to me. Okay, I'm sitting there. I gobble down a box a day. They're so great.
That explains
If anyone has
so
a chance,
much.
visit any of your local stores. Listen, if you guys have a chance, go pick up at your local whatever fattening store that you like to go ahead and gorge at. Pick up these Archway gingerbread cookies. I'm guaranteeing it goes great with nothing. You can have it sitting down and you can eat a box and devour it. Either that or I'm just completely insane.
Could be both. Now, Bose, do you do the?
I love the fact that there's like so. Okay.
Do you do the family stuff for like? Do you do the anything fall related besides decorate the house? Do you go pumpkin picking or?
We did one year. We did the whole apple picking as a family, and then until I decided I was a cheap sob, I actually started growing my own pumpkins in the backyard. So what I did, and this is went ahead and we purchased, an overpriced product that should have been really worth like a nickel, but they go hard. They charge like, I don't know, $18-20 for one of these obnoxious pumpkins. I was finished with it. I dug a deep enough hole in the backyard, not to hide the body, but then to go ahead and bury the pumpkin.
Right.
Bury the pumpkin, and then somewheres around April, May, I started getting these huge vines, okay? And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm growing actual pumpkins. I could be a farmer too. And then this year, not a big selection. I only had 2. I wanted to try to give out more if I grew more, but for some reason, I only grew like a decent size. I grew 2. The other one were like, orphan pumpkins. They really weren't like, anything to discuss. But I grew the two.
The stoop, the squirrels mold
Your thoughts, sir?
and that's it. You know.
For the animals.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Oh
they
my
leave
God, I love this. They're chiming in. Petridge Farm remembers.
both, buddy.
Wow, you cut in so much during that. All I
Yeah,
heard
we
was
had-
your neighbor and the McRib.
We got such a shitty signal tonight. What's going on, man?
I don't know. Once again, it's not my end, buddy.
Well,
Over
yeah,
here,
because you're in a warehouse
clear.
and I have to pump the signal out through here, you dipshit.
Well, listen, next time if I knew it was just me and you, next time I'll go ahead and I'll start the show over here. I mean, you just gotta let me know. I don't know, what you have up your sleeve over there. You might have a surprise guest. I don't know.
I'd still be cutting
Everyone
out.
thinks that we talk.
I would still be cutting out probably because my internet is still going to provide me the connection.
I'm gonna run a cord from Bayshore all the way to you.
Hey, Bose, are we taking
Yes.
Are we screening applicants for a surprise co-hosting seat with you on the what is that day? The 20 what's that?
7th?
Is it 27th?
27th, yes.
On the 27th. Listen, message, inbox us. Inbox Bozy and Rada. We're on Messenger. I'll be away. We're looking for somebody to, harass Bozy for an hour.
I'm looking for one, only one, because just one. I can't handle like 1,000 people.
Somebody hopefully with tech skills.
But like I said, I reached out to Mr. Sill, and basically, if he's able to, he said he can join. But if there's somebody else, that'd be great too. But at any rate, where was I in my train of thought? Usually, I get derailed when you freeze up. It's so it's like kind of like you ruin the mood if it was like any sort of like sexual intercourse with us. What? Hello. Can't hear you, sir. You're frozen.
I don't know.
Hopefully, people are still going ahead. Like I see that. I don't know. It's so weird. This is going to be the best Frozen. It's like Frozen. Speaking of which, check out Frozen 2. It came out last year. I don't know what that means.
You know what's funny? You haven't your feed on
any-
my screen is not frozen once. That's weird.
Yeah, because I have super internet. It's so huge. My internet tunnel is so huge. Once again, what I say,
Well,
one
Bose,
of the
why
big
don't you,
fire stink.
Why don't you
Between
wrap it up?
we're leaving early today.
Why don't you finish
okay.
it up? Good Lord.
Finish it up. Finish it up. Well, let's see here. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to look back and forth. Oh, Nikki Singh wants my candy, maybe. Oh, there you go. You're moving again. I think it's whenever you go ahead and you switch between your popular screens between America's Got.
It's just a bad internet
Alan?
connection.
Poop. Who do we have anybody scheduled for next week, good sir? I'm asking.
We have a couple of surprises pending. That's all I'll tell you.
Awesome. Contrary to what you all may think, that me and Rich go ahead and we pal up and hang out at a local pub and discuss about the following week's show. Just so you all know, we don't. It's
And it shows.
It does show. Considering the fact that right now, I feel like I should be. You know what I feel like when I have this in my background? I feel like that old father that goes, "Hey, let's break out the projector, and I'm going to show you slides from 1982." I swear, it's.
I graduated.
And listen, don't get me wrong. Listen, don't get me wrong. I see that. Don't get me wrong. I still have a slide projector in my house because I still have slides. But trust me, it only gets weird when I go ahead and I see my father's vacation to Cancun. So that's the only thing. Anyways.
Well, Bose, we got about a minute left for tonight's.
A minute left?
Take us home,
Well,
baby.
listen.
Take us home.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead if you have a moment. Please share and like the show. Whether regardless we're freezing or not, just take the time, hit the like button, hit the love button, hit the share button. It shows you care. If you don't, you can go ahead and have one in the pink and four in the stink. And please tune in next week. And if you guys are really up for tonight, I heard it's supposed to be quite a doozy. Check out later on. You have Domestic Disturbance. They're going to be on later on tonight. They're a great bunch of people that are going to probably talk about a whole bunch of evil things that have to go on with politics. But other than that, tune in next week, 6:30 to 7:30. I'm Jeff Bosey.
I'm Rich Rader. Don't forget to go on Best of Long Island and vote for Rich Walker, Nigel Fullerton, Govs Radio, Joe's Acoustic Mondays, Limo Talk with Graz, Tony, Walker, Eric, Shevlin, Sally O'Neill. Vote, vote, vote. Vote often. Keep voting. Send them in. Let's get some awards, will you? Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have a better signal. Maybe we won't. Who's going to notice?
Ay,
Later, Bones.
ay, abuelito. Abuelito, sí, mucho. Dame la
Bye-bye.
crema, abuelito. Dame la
Bye-bye.
crema.